Howdy, y'all. All right. Let's disassemble this 1322. All right. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the grips off of it. The Phillips on each side. Put them to the side. Let's take this forearm off. Get all the plastic out of our way. Put those back in there so we don't lose them. All right, we don't need this Phillips anymore. All right, next thing we're going to do is take off the grip trigger assembly. So we need a 3/32 Allen wrench right here. Let's loosen that up. We'll take this screw out back here. And it's a pain in the butt because it's kind of you gotta lean it to get past the handle, the grip. We'll be replacing that with an Allen head. We'll replace it with an Allen head like that's on that side. All right. Let's put those to the side. Oops, almost forgot here. I almost forgot. You got to watch that. Let me put it in the palm of my hand. Got lucky. I lost it on the first one I ever done. That's the detent for the cross bolt safety. While we're at this point, we can talk about this. They make an aftermarket setup that you can put in here. You can take this side cover off and do some stuff. They make an adjustable weight, trigger weight assembly. It has a smaller, lighter spring, and then it's got an adjustment. We'll probably be getting one of those. By the time you find the spring and you pay for a spring, you can buy the all three little pieces just as cheap. It might be a little bit more, but usually you got to buy a spring. You got to buy a whole bunch of them, you know. We'll go in and look at the shears and stuff like that later on, but not today. Now we're going to take the breech off of it. We got this screw right here, which also holds your sights on, and if you're not careful, the back end will come flying out at you. This is the hammer spring, and that's what captures it in the back. Now, there's a little screw right here. You gotta be careful because it's a 050 Allen wrench. 050. Take that out. Now you got a transfer port that's going to be underneath here. You got to be careful of. Don't lose it. Just basically, let's go back and get it back together here so I can show you. So basically what I'm going to do is just lift it up, slide your breech back. You can pull the barrel out. Now that leaves you with your transfer port, which is right here, which looks like it's already at maximum diameter. Let me find my O-ring pick. There's a square O-ring right here. It goes on top of the valve. Put that to the side. You have your cocking pin here, and you just bring it to the back and lift it up. There that is. Here's your hammer, and it's got a little oil on it, but it feels gooey. That needs to be cleaned and polished. All right, let's take this front end apart now. This is for a 1911, but I use it for everything. And this is a roll pin. There's a difference between a roll pin and a spring pin. Most people think a roll pin is the one that just comes down and has a slit down the bottom. That's technically not true. A roll pin actually is rolled up. Let's see if we can get it in here close enough so you can actually see that. That's an actual roll pin. The one that's just kind of like a tube with a slit in the side of it, that's a spring pin. They're pretty hard to get out. I need to get a longer punch. Now here's the end piece. Now we're going to be replacing that with a metal one. Pull the pump out. This is the actual pump here. Now, one of the things we're going to do while we have it apart is we're going to deburr a bunch of this stuff here. This is the part we're going to replace right here. We're going to replace that. And let's see here. Let me get my wooden rod. Where's it at? You got to take and push it out from this end. Now that is it in a nutshell of how to take it apart. Now you got delve in a little deeper, like you said, to the trigger mechanism if you want to do that. Like I said, they make other parts for it. You can get to make this a better trigger, because this is a pretty lousy trigger, really. But it gets better when you change out this light spring right there. All right, here's your valve. Now this is typically just a dump valve type thing, and we'll have to put it in a vise, break it apart, because there's usually got some Loctite on it right here to hold it together. So we'll get that apart, and we'll do that. I'll show you what's going on with that. So we're going to do some work on this, and it's not much. It's mainly just some. We're going to make it flow. Right now it's got to come and go straight up, but the air comes out and goes straight up. We're going to change that. We're going to say we're going to make another piston, and I'm going to try to make an O-ring with that one. This has a cup, and this is like a little bit better design than what they was using, but still to me is not perfect. I like the stuff Mach 1 had, but obviously Mach 1 has gone out of business. So, all right. Let me see if I can get this apart here right quick. This little plastic breech is a two-piece breech, so you don't even have to unscrew the bolt out of it. Didn't know that. Everything I've ever had already had a steel breech on it. So this is what we're going to replace this with, and I will have to take it apart to get it back together. So we'll finish taking that apart later. Here's our new barrel. Not much longer, but a little bit. This looks like it has an insert on the end of it, but I guess it don't. It's just the way it's turned. Not a bad looking barrel. Nice and clean. I know this barrel is accurate because that was coming off of my pistol carbine. Say we're going to replace this with metal. We are going to replace, where'd it go? We're going to replace the roll pin right here. We're going to replace this roll pin with a solid metal. It may have a hole in it, but can be drilled and tapped on each side. Set screws, not that set screws, but cap screws on each end. Round head cap screws. Where's it at? Where'd the other one go? We'll have a cap screw on it similar to that on both sides. Get rid of these roll pins. That way it's easier. You don't have to beat on it to get it apart. Undo the screw, just slide it out. You're done. We're going to go in here and polish some of this. It looks like some of it's already scraping on it. So do that. Polish out the hammer. Get a nice mirror finish on it so it has no resistance. There's no need to change the hammer spring. It's fine the way it is. But the only thing you might do is make a guide for it so it makes sure all the energy goes forward. We will be replacing this with an adapter to put a AR buttstock on it. So, and the dogs go to barking. That's probably all I'm going to do. We got the TKO we're going to put on it. And that's going to be it. So, this is not going to be a long video. So, they say don't take long to take them apart. Once you've done it a few times, you know how to take them apart pretty quick. So, and I do have plenty of those little 16th balls right here, because after you take them apart, a few of them you lose them. But I got lucky that time. I forgot about it. All right. So that'll be the end of this video, and we'll take the valve apart on the next video, and maybe see about the piston on it. They're all going, from here on, there'll probably be some short videos, so I'm not going to bore you with a whole bunch of stuff. But we still may go and get a long probe. I can make these things, but they're almost not worth it. They're cheaper to buy. But I can make it. I may even have one here. I have to look and see. I probably do. Matter of fact, I know I do. So I'll have to go through our Tupperware bowl of air gun parts and see what I got. All right. I don't want to drag it out any longer. So thanks for watching.